Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to Musey's Modern Dreadfuls. Get comfy. And before I tell you all about the story, let's do the YouTube business first. Please subscribe, tap the bell so you get all notifications, because every time it's going to be a fabulous story or a section of a series. And share and leave a comment down below. Now, my friends, it is time to get comfy, relax. We are going to the second video. So if you missed the first video about the missing best friend, now you want to listen to number 1 first and then number 2. So we're going to hop in just a little bit before we ended yesterday, or whenever you get this. It's not going to be yesterday for you. But anyway, and in 5, 4, 3. And by the way, for some channel news, if you're interested, wait till the outro. And action. Mom had been going to this book club with her friends, and it was like I saw a switch flip in her. When she was with Dad, she was always sad and looked worried, but now she seemed happy. In fact, it was like she was getting younger again. I no longer saw her stressed and wrinkled, and the gray seemed to just vanish from her hair. However, the latter could be because of all of her many trips to the salon. Even Mikey opened up to the town a little bit before he left for college. He joined the baseball team and ended up receiving a great scholarship from the school. Louis was now a freshman with a sweet girlfriend at his side. This town was truly changing us all for the better. Until everything seemed to change. Weeks leading up to Mallory's disappearance, something happened to her. It seemed to almost happen overnight. One day, she was her normal, happy self, and the next day, something was wrong. She came to school with bags under her eyes and horror clearly written all over her face. I noticed this and tried to brush it off as her just being tired. However, when she still looked that way at lunch, I decided to speak to her about what was going on. At first, she refused to talk to me, simply shaking her head and mumbling incoherently under her breath. Now, I'm a stubborn person, so I didn't let up until she finally got up from the lunch table and left the room. I was shocked, as well as our other friends being shocked too. I told them I would go check up on her alone and quickly followed her to the bathroom. As I entered, I saw her standing in front of the middle sink, looking at herself in the reflection. With the lighting better in the bathroom, I was able to see how much of a mess she really was. The back of her hair held a large knot surrounded by a frizzed mess. The circles under her eyes were dark and deep, looking like she hadn't slept in ages. Her clothes were all mussed and wrinkled, and I noticed she was wearing 2 different types of shoes. "Donnie," she mumbled, making my eyes flick back up to meet hers in the mirror. Her neutral look changed as tears seemed to well up in her eyes. Soon the tears began to stream down her face as she began to full-on sob. I reached over to her and turned her around, holding her into my arms, trying to calm her down. It hurt me physically to see her so upset over something. "Shh, it's okay," I mumbled to her, rubbing her back with my palm. She broke even more in my hold, and her cries grew louder. I felt my shirt get wet with her tears, but I didn't mind. All I cared about was her. Him, Donnie," she mumbled into my shirt. I only got a few words of what she was saying. I was curious as to why she was so upset about Donnie. I knew who he was. He was a senior who was pretty much a loner type. I had never talked to him before, but everyone knew everybody here in this town, so I knew him by that. I tried to give her comforting words, but none of them seemed to stop her tears. We were in there through the entire lunch and into 5th period when she finally stopped crying. By this time, we were curled together on the floor of the bathroom. She pulled away from me and sniffled, wiping her eyes with the back of her hand. Her eyes were red and puffy. However, she was still so gorgeous to me. She looked to me, a weak smile going to her lips. "Thank you for being here, Hailey. I'm using a fake name for obvious reasons. I'll always be here for you, Mal," I told her with a genuine smile of my own. I was just happy that she was feeling better. "Do you want to talk about it?" I asked her very slowly. I didn't want to push her into talking about something she didn't want to talk about, or that would bring her pain. She hesitantly shook her head as she thought it over. "No, not now. I still have to think over everything, but I will tell you soon." She said this to me before she pulled herself up from the ground and offered a hand to me. I was a little hurt she wouldn't tell me, but I pushed it away. I know that people need their space to be by themselves sometimes. I grabbed her hand and she pulled me up. After that, Mallory became more distant. However, she was still my best friend. When I say distant, I mean she didn't hang out with our friends as much, although she did hang out with me. I didn't mind because I liked being alone with her. I was trying to get my courage up to finally ask her out. Because of these selfish reasons, I totally forgot about her crying in the bathroom. I didn't notice that Donnie stopped showing up to class that we shared, the one class we shared, in fact. I only thought about myself, and although I can blame that on my immature age, I still feel so guilty I didn't do anything about it then. And with that, we have the second video of My Best Friend is Missing and I Need Help. It is a fabulous story. It is going to be another mini-series. So do check in. I am going to record as many as possible before my lovely month of oral surgery coming up in September. So you might be hearing this in August or September. I'm going to try to record in advance. I usually try to get comfy with the story for a couple days before, but this time is of the essence. Now, here's the news. If you want it, if you hung in this far, as you know, I'm recording in advance. Also, I'm going to have the banner changed to let you know, yes, it's Musey's Modern Dreadfuls, and that we post twice weekly, the Patreon, and also Streamlabs. I am trying to work out whether or not I can use the same one I have been using to donate to fellow creators on their videos. And I set up under my other channel name, which is entirely different than this one. That channel is family fun. It's short little videos. I mean, I may eventually get it monetized. I don't know, because, well, even if it is monetized, the videos are pretty short. And anyway, so you might see Patreon for it'll still say Muse, but it'll say something different. And a Streamlab for Muse, but it won't say Musey's Modern Dreadfuls. Or I may have to make them from scratch. So you will be seeing those changes soon. And other than that, if you hung into the end, you're the winner. Congratulations. You've just won yourself a big old smile from Musey. It's the best I can do until I'm monetized. Then, I don't know, I might have a free t-shirt or something. And when I have a contest, it'll be totally free. Now, when we do the Patreon, the first patrons will get some kind of, I don't know, name in the info or something. You'll be celebrated somehow. But first I have to figure out if I have to make a second Patreon, yada, yada, yada. And I will talk to you all very soon, friends. And I hope you enjoyed this. I will talk to you later. Have a fabulous day. Stay hydrated. Another heat wave in California. Oh, and I wanted to mention, yesterday in the outro, I accidentally called the protagonist of the story, who is now going by Haley as of this video. I accidentally called her Mallory. And there's a little girl-on-girl crush. I hope that has nothing to do with the disappearance. We're already beginning to get hints as to what the disappearances may be about. Why don't you share with me in the comments what you think? All right. This has been a lot of time with Musey, so I'm going now. Bye.